all right. So, briefly, to go and summarize over what I've done, I compiled a couple notes. I can take care of this in the beginning, just to kind of knock it out, and that way I can dedicate the rest of the stream to actually playing the game. But, where do I begin? I took some notes down over things that I noted and noticed and thought were interesting to share. So from the top, the caves are much more diverse in that it actually kind of, feels like you're traversing through a cave system, and with that, basically like every turn feels kind of like, one sec, my app closed for my PlayStation second screen. Yeah, I need to set this so that it doesn't turn off. One second. Man, that's what it is. Boom. All right, there we go. Second screen. Alrighty. But yeah, but the caves are much more diverse, I'd say. I was on this planet. I've been on this planet for a while now, and excuse me, going around is so much better in the update, because I just started to feel like I was going to get lost in playing a game of where left and right means either you have to turn around because you went down a super long corridor, or you have to waste resources to blast your way out. And I mean, you might be completely low on plutonium to where you can't even refuel your grenades. So now it's a matter of, I need to turn all the way back around because I already mined everything up until this point, and now I'm stuck. And I don't really feel like going back what seems to be miles in game to figure it out. But let's do a tour of my base, and I'll get back into my notes and kind of go over what I figured out, what I've learned, and everything. So here's my base, a lot different since last time. I built it up to the ceiling, and I want to say it was like 13 of these towers high, if I'm not mistaken. So that's the ceiling. I think it's 13 or 17. I think they're before the stream's over. I'll make a note and I'll do that so we can see how high our ceiling is. And then obviously that blue barrier, similar to Fallout, which is another thing I noted. I really enjoy how they set that up, that you have this invisible wall that stops you and prevents you from going any further. I think that's a really cool feature. So before I used to have everybody in this one huge skyscraper of a building I was working on here. And the first time I built this place, I had the resources to do so and didn't really get the mechanics at first, so I wanted to try it out and see what everything was. But I got the hang of it, I believe, and I kind of moved everybody around, got their own space. I actually learned their names. I translated them to English. The farmer's name is John. We'll go see him. I don't believe I had a farmer in the my last stream, but I hired one this time. This is storage. I'll give you guys a nice pan here. We can check all this out at one time. Where are we at? All right, so here's 0 through 4, I believe. Or excuse me, 0 through 3, 4 total. And this is 4 through 9 right there. For these, the storage containers, I think, I mean, if there's a way to do it now, I haven't figured it out, but I think one thing that would be nice is if we could rename them. It would make it that much easier. I mean, you could color code it, like, for example, if this right here is what I use for my farm guy, I could make it like green and blue, and kind of be like, oh, you know, this is a farmer thing. It's green. I get that. Okay, color coded, but I think it kind of defeats the whole purpose, because if you want everything sort of that one color, your favorite color, you want everything to be red, white, black, or whatever, and you can't, you know, you have to change that one because it's so much easier to go, oh, which one is it in? Oh, and dang, I have to write down what I put in what. Because sometimes I'll come in here and I'm like, okay, Gravitino balls, and I'll go to 0, and I'm like, oh, wait, these are the resources that I found, you know, on other planets and things like that. So it's like, oh, crap, it's not in that one. Oh, okay, there they are. But if I just put, you know, Gravitino balls and this whole thing was in it, or if I put rare resources as opposed to storage container, that would make it just that much easier to label and really have that like ownership part of the game. You know, you're creating everything. This is another thing that happens, this glitch where the grass comes in the building. That's another bug that we should expect to see fixed in the long run. But one way I figured out how to fix it, kind of like as a temporary thing, cube rooms, I just delete it and then just put it back, and that'll do it. But I mean, it shouldn't be that way. It's just a bug at the moment where the grass is clipping through the floor, but it doesn't bother me too much because I know it'll be fixed eventually. Oh yeah, this is Farmer John. That's what his name, Jack, translates into. Farmer John. He's cool. I got them all some new things. I bought him some plants in jars. I think he brought one when he moved in, but now he has 2 extra, I think. He wanted a flag because, yeah, he wanted these flags are expensive, all right? A flag that is self-waving. Yeah, I don't know how they do it, but this is like future technology. And I mean, hey, John wanted a self-waving flag. I got him a self-waving flag. I mean, he hooked it up with these plants. His research is phenomenal. I got to give him props. He also wanted a filing cabinet, I guess, to document the growth rates and things like that to make it better. I don't know, but that's what Farmer John wanted, so I got it for him. So he's in here. He has this whole room to himself. It's kind of like off the beaten path to get here the quick way. That's just like a corridor that I just made up just for future adding of extra space and stuff like that when new things get added to the game. Just preparing, like I have, like especially when I saved up a ton of units. But you know, just kind of like this straight way out. He's a smoker, so I built him this like long walk, kind of secluded, so it doesn't bother the other guys. Another thing to note, I got a new ship, and this is very similar to one I had in the beginning, and I really like the trader ships where they're the huge, bulky, almost like a parrot kind of a feel, and I love the look of these. I think it's way more unique. I really wanted the one, it's similar, has the same engines on it, but it has like these hover jet wings in the back. It just looks so dope. I saw it somewhere at one point, but I couldn't find it, or if I did, it was way too expensive, and I'm not about that life. But yeah, so I got a new ship. This is where the armorer is. This is Frank. Yeah, he likes to make an entrance, as you see. But yeah, this is Frank. That's what that translates into. I'm not even going to begin to attempt to say his actual name, but it translates to Frank in English, so it's kind of dope. But yeah, he wants another gun rack. He wants one here, and he wants one here, and a bunch of like munition crates and all this stuff. But yeah, you can wait, John. Or excuse me, Frank. Pardon me. Frank, you can wait. Yeah. Fun fact, John is actually dating his sister, but don't tell him that because I'm not even supposed to say that because I guess Viking and Gek dating is like taboo, which I guess the height is the problem, but hey, here on planet Earth, we don't discriminate like that. But this is our scientist. This is Anderson. Yeah. His name translates to Anderson. So, yeah. And that's in Korvaxian. His name translates to, from Korvaxian to English to Anderson. But yeah, this is Anderson's workstation. Kind of cool. He's got all his sciencey equipment, cool stuff, and his filing cabinets, which makes sense. But again, you know, Farmer John decided, oh, I want one too. If he gets one, how come I can't have one? So he got one, whatever. Farmer John, straight down. But the way I made it is more or less I can get to every single person with ease, so I can just come straight up. I think they need to do another way to have a ladder. I think they should just have like a tube, or make it so that you can walk straight off from the ladder, because right now, you know, okay, what they should do is have it so that each one closes, okay? So every single little hatch here is closed. When you get on the ladder, it opens, but if I hit like X and I back off, I think it should close. I mean, or like as you go through it like a door, because it's difficult to come off. That's another reason why I changed it. So there's first floor, then I go up, and then I'm on the second floor. But sometimes it doesn't come off, or it clips or something like that. So I think they should just have like a tube instead of you need to have one of these set up to do that. But yep, so there's Anderson and his little workstation. Let's go over to my other guy. This is where the mechanic is. This is our mech. This is Al. Yeah, as you see, Al. Yeah. Gek translates Al. Yeah, pretty simple, easy to remember. So here's Al's workstation. He wanted himself another monitor because I guess 1, 2, 3, 4 isn't enough. He wants that extra for, you know, I guess to knock stuff out a lot quicker when he's doing his research. This is his giant Wacom tablet. Pretty dope stuff here. I don't know if what he's doing now, I don't know if this is not good. Is he plotting a trajectory here for something? I don't know. Maybe he's trying to launch the base. He's got his little Legos too. How dope is that? I might try to get him a whole set. Who knows? Maybe he'll get a lot more work done instead of being so mad all the time. What, Al? Yeah, stay on your little tablet there, buddy. All right, well, we've seen pretty much the inner workings of my home base now. What else did I want to show you guys? Teleporter. Yeah, it is as is. Now, I didn't build a previous base, but when I was on the planet, or excuse me, when I was on my freighter, I went up to it and it had stuff in it. So maybe it's just one of those features for when you buy a freighter. Maybe it just has storage, or possibly I think I figured it out. I think what it is when you're on a freighter to begin with, and you get a new one, just like if you were to get a new base, all of the resources that went into it, when you go to the previous base workstation little storage, I think is what it says, previous base items cache. I think when you go to this, and you can interact with it. It's transferring all of that into it so that you can start fresh to either build the exact same or, you know, take a whole new, sorry guys, thought I had my phone on silent. Very unprofessional. But yeah, so, yeah, I think that's what that's for. It makes sense. I don't think I made a note about that. I did not make a note. I will put that in my notes long term. But I know why you guys are here. Let's get right into it. Glass. All right. I don't know if it was Panda that was on the stream the last time, but if I am mistaken, I apologize. But we all were talking and came to the conclusion that the mechanic or one of the guys was going to give us the ingredients and whatnot, after you do some of their tasks to be able to build glass. They were correct in knowing that. So I'm pretty much at that point right now to where we get it. This is installation. Al, is it not you? I think it's my scientist. I apologize, but you do have to go through the motions in order to get glass. Okay, so it isn't the mechanic that will end up doing it, but you're gonna need to go to like every single one in order to do certain things in order to get ahead with the other guys. So like the mechanic will say, oh, you need to talk to your scientist in order to get a specific thing that, you know, is either an ingredient in or will benefit and project them forward. So we need to build a beacon. All right, so this is what it's going to look like. You're going to need to build a beacon in order to get glass at the end of the day. So let's go do that real quick. Let's not just drop it right here. That's too easy. Let's add something to it. Let's go find like a clump of resource. I don't know what's on this planet. I can't remember. Jetpack. We're not gonna walk all the way around. I don't know if this happens to everyone. I know in my other ship it was like way shorter, closer to the ground, but this one sometimes it'll launch me out and I'll get damaged because it just like jets me straight up in the air, which is super annoying. Like it literally tosses you. You know, this is kind of dope. This planet reminds me of like the Sahara Desert, like in Africa. I guess we could go do this real quick since it's on the way. See, that's what I'm talking about. It like tosses you straight up in the air instead of like to the side. So you, more often than not, I get damaged when I do this. But let's knock this out since this is conveniently located. But yeah, one thing I did want to say again, I believe I mentioned it in my last stream. Okay, I just got hit by that. One thing I would love to see in this game would be just random events. Just a comet screams overhead, even hits the other planets. You know, that would be so just like, I don't even know how you would say it. I don't know like a good way to explain what I'm trying to say as far as emotion goes to it, but it just would be amazing to have like that, oh, in the back of your mind, like, oh, that might be me, it might hit my base, you know, and base damage would be another thing to get into the game, especially when they go with this whole multiplayer aspect of it. However they're going to do that, I think being able to go to someone else's base and do base raids with your buddies, you know, warp in on a freighter, everybody, all your ships are on it, you all just mob on the planet, come off, and then just, you know, job well done. You guys are your own space pirates and stuff like that. Just those extra aspects of the game, I think, would just take it to that next level. Choose warrior, Viking, ancients, or reward interloper. Endangered gladiator, spill wielding. This is Viking ancients. Maybe that one. Wow. Okay. Oh, this one has 24. This one looks kind of cool. I don't feel like going through the motions again with this whole multi-tool thing because it takes forever. Marine Recon, Semper Fi, Devil Dog. I am super disappointed that we have to build bases on predefined areas. Takes all the wind out of my base building sales. Takes all the wind out of my base building sales. I think I'm understanding what you're saying, but Semper Fi, yes. I totally agree. I was under the impression that building a base would be, for example, this right here. I'm trotting along, left, right, or left, low, right, or leo. I'm out here jetpacking around. Oh, snap. This is dope. Look at these rocks. Goodbye, rocks. I didn't mean to do that. But, this is dope. Let me make a base here, and you... Exactly, right. And I love that they took a lot of the aspects from Subnautica as far as, like, how to build bases. I think that's amazing. I think, and I've told this to so many people, but I think it is really a case of flattery in the highest form. Like, what is the phrase? Imitation is the strongest form of flattery. They're imitating and trying to emulate something that everybody supported and did really well long term. And I think that community, there's going to be some people who kind of go, oh, they didn't do anything unique. I've seen that here, or they do that in Subnautica. But I mean, at the end of the day, Subnautica is like what other game, and what other game is like what other game. There's always going to be those similarities that are overwhelming and you can't get over because it's uncanny, or uncanny. But I really want to see something like that, maybe even drop pod capability to where, we have control of things like that. But yeah, I totally agree. I was expecting that or hoping for that ability to build a base just wherever. I think that would have been cool. Or even like Unturned, which is a pretty popular game. I know it was a little more popular before I got into it, but I like how you can just go plot, or even Minecraft, plot, I'm going to build this here. You can see other bases. Wait, you can? Like, if we were to bump into each other, I'd be able to see your base? See if do I have the resources to build a beacon? I think I'm missing the Carite sheets. I built one on another planet thinking it would work, but it did not, clearly. I got 11 iron. Yes, you can see other players' bases. You wouldn't see me, but you would see my base. That's dope. Yeah, I really am looking forward to whatever they decide to do this multiplayer feel like. I think one thing that they're gonna focus on as far as like this whole multiplayer thing, I think. Oh, that's dope. That is sick, man. I'm actually glad. I mean, at least that's another thing that shows, okay, we are in the same place. We are connected through that and whatnot. I appreciate that because that is one question that's been answered. That is answered. And I think I need the I have plenty of that stuff. I recommend everybody carry a ton of the Antrium, if I'm saying that correctly. John Murray's gonna have my head for saying it wrong if I missaid that. But yeah, I would like to see something like that go even further. But I completely forgot what I was talking about as far as multiplayer goes. But I'll just start fresh with what I'm thinking at this very moment. It would be so sick if they either one dedicated a smaller universe, or rather smaller galaxy or even solar system to multiplayer exclusively. And then if they had it to where like overlap, so like, oh, this guy walked into my however big bubble of space to where people can be and share, oh, okay, we're all in one space, and it can go up to, let's say, like 24 or 16 or something like that, to where it's enough people to where you can feel an impact, but it's not overwhelming to where, you know, you've got 40 people in one space and we're all just blowing crap up and trying to build a hole, you know, dig a hole in the planet, because that would be sick. I think at one point I would love to get the max amount of people in a multiplayer room and just find a plot and just carve out the Grand Canyon, you know, something like that. That would just be super, super dope. Not to like, you know, not to, how you say, not to, what am I trying to say here? Not to do it to waste time, but it's just like one of those feats that people do, like the guy who did an entire replica of, like, was it Manhattan or a city, Vegas or something like that. I thought that was amazing. I thought that was a huge testament to willpower and commitment to a game. I think stuff like that's kind of dope. Let me see. It is easy to do if more than one person was in the same solar system. All that has to happen is that that system could be front loaded on a server. Yeah, it honestly wouldn't be. It'd be nothing. You know, if they had something like that. Because if it was a planet, it would be like really monotonous. They would really need to have like different biomes and things like that. It need to be huge. But if it was a solar system, you know, someone could say, like Arma 3, oh, I'm gonna occupy this area, and it's gonna be me and my buddies, and then they just dominate, mine all the resources in that like footage on this one particular planet in the solar system, and then, you know, that becomes like its own faction, and then other people show up, and then they're like, oh, let's go to war with these guys because why not? And then it becomes this huge thing to where now people are talking about it like, hey, I went over to, you know, et cetera, and got killed instantly. So I want to build my faction up so I can go do battle with these guys. And it would just be this whole thing. I think that'd be pretty sick. That would be dope. All right, so we built a beacon for, my goodness, Anderson over here. I built a beacon. I have. Is he wanting me to build it somewhere specifically? I don't think I read it. Without glass to grow under, only the hardest seedlings will survive my farmer's attempt at cultivation. Fortunately, our little colony relies on teamwork, and my scientists' ingenuity, knows no bounds. Their solution is renewable and plentiful throughout the galaxy. Skywort. Okay. The crystalline flowers of Skywort can be processed into glass of the highest quality. Build a waypoint beacon to aid our field work, and I'll draw up the blueprints. If you get lost, all my hard work will be wasted. I have built a beacon. I literally just built a beacon. Why is it red? The other ones weren't red. Sadly, this game was not designed for that and probably never will be. Yeah, I built a beacon. I don't know what I'm supposed to do. Build a beacon. I built a beacon. I should have just went straight down. Oh yeah, and then it'll reconnect to the ladder when you like walk straight to it. I guess let's just build another one right here. I'll build it for whatever reason. Be Yoy. What's happening? Zeno the Great. 1, 2, 3s. Let's build a beacon here. What am I doing? Beacon. I can't build one right here. What if we build one right here? Is this not right? Is there a reason why they're red? Let's see. Ow! Like off of, what's that show? Bob's Burger? Ow! Something like that. Alright, Anderson, hook it up. Build a waypoint. Build a waypoint beacon. I did. I totally just built one. Maybe he wants it, like, off the planet. Maybe that's why it's red. It's like, oh, why would you do that? Because the last one, it was white. It turned white when I did it. Alright, I guess I have enough to build 2, so let's build 2. I'm gonna go to the mother of the moon that I'm on right now. It should be way easier, and it's right next door. Alright, where's it at? I think it's that huge one right there. I took some screenshots. I'll probably post some on my Instagram of some of the scenes that I've seen so far. I thought were pretty cool to look at. Oh, and I need to show you guys my new freighter. So, here it is. Oh, no. No, it isn't. There it is. No. Freighter. This is the new one. This one, I think, has 17 slots, which is super sick. Yes, I did. Mr. Houston. I did. We found glass. But I haven't made it yet because my scientist, Mr. Anderson over here, trying to be in the Matrix, he did not inside my base. Let's build the beacon inside. Really? I'll give it a try. I'm gonna put one down here, and then if anything, I'll just remake everything. I also want to make a note that, actually, did I answer? No, yeah, I did find the blueprint. I found the blueprint, but I'm still trying to get it in inventory because my scientist is Mr. Anderson is being a freaking bungalow over here. But another thing I was gonna say, a note that I've noticed about the game, getting out of the ship, you immediately start to see the creatures that inhabit the planet, which I think is really cool because before it would take some time, then they would populate. So they've really worked on that algorithm a lot to make it a lot more fluid, so that things work. And then another thing, there's a gentleman who got into the files and found the workings of the first land vehicle that might be in the game. I like picking up some of that rare stuff. It's not on my moon base, but. Okay, so this one's red too. Is there like a... I don't understand. It just stays red. The last time it was white. When I put a beacon down. Alright, well. Something's trying to kill me all of a sudden. Alright, well, I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna give that a try. Marine. I'm gonna go ahead and jump over here as soon as I find some plutonium. Let's be inside you all. All right, yep, sounds good. I will definitely get over there and do that as soon as I go get me some fuel. Is it you? Are you trying to get... Yo, chill, chill, chill. Say something. I missed. Say it with your chest. That's what I thought, dude. I played too much. Alright. I did not mean to do that. These keys they mess me up sometimes. Oh, I also got the what are these called? The autonomous mining units. Super sick. Have not used it. The insulation gel I need to get from the mechanic, and then that's the next thing I need to craft this. But I have the other stuff, the Voltec cell capability in copper wire. Copper wire is made by wrong thing. Sorry about that. Copper wire is made with the Rubin. I think it paused it. There we go. Alright, yeah, I hit the wrong button. Sorry about that, guys. But the Rigogen, over here, the new element, one of the new elements they added to the game, is underwater. And there was another thing that I did not read too in depth, so I had to look it up. The gentleman who posted that is online. I want to say his name it's like a unique kind of a name, so I wouldn't be able to remember it offhand. I think I saved it. I did not, but let me look it up. I want to give credit where credit is due. Captain Rex, I appreciate you. I watched your video and figured out what am I trying to say? How to get it. You know, I watched it, I figured it out because of you. I appreciate it, and I'm a firm believer of giving credit where credit is due, so thank you. There we go. But I don't know if I said it already, and if I haven't, I apologize. But welcome everybody to the stream. As we keep on moving down the line, I just want to say thank you again to everybody who turned out to the last one, because the response to that was phenomenal. I am blown away that, you know, so many people wanted to hang around and watch my live stream, or even just check it out and see, you know, some of the things that I found out, or just to come hang out. There was another person who commented about my voice, how it is so soothing. I appreciate that. I'm gonna do something on the channel to really extenuate that and take it to another level. Captain Rex. Captain is spelled CAPTIN __ Rex, REX. That's correct. Yeah. I would search No Man's Sky how to obtain Rigogen, and that's how I found it, and it was like instant. Left coasters. Yeah, I think it's the I guess that's why they call us Hollywood Marines, because we got that smooth jazz voice to us. Yeah. It reminds me of, I don't know what movie that was, but where he's like, "I'm gonna butter your bread." Like, come on, man. Don't nobody need to say that to somebody else. That's not cool. Oh, you are very welcome, Mr. Houston. But we got some mad plutonium games over here. Let's see. I went to San Diego, got my surfboard and sunglasses issued. Man! I'm telling you, as soon as I got here, I didn't even have to go to boot camp, man. They just said, "Hey, Devil, we're about to go walk the boulevard. You trying to go with? I'm like, hey, you know what? Yeah. I mean, who want boot camps for the birds, right? Shoot, I wish it was that easy. You know, another channel, I don't know if you've watched it, Recon, but Devil Dog Gamer, his channel is pretty dope. I love his intro with the whole equal to anchor. I think that's kind of dope, seeing people kind of hold on to that aspect of their experience and just kind of coin it and make it their own. I think that's dope. It's a testament to the time spent and everything like that. Given this country its wonderful amount of freedom. But let's keep on pushing here. Let's get my plutonium put up. Another thing to note, that's another thing that comes to mind. With the ships in the exosuit with the resources, one thing I noticed is this. Let me see if I can pull this off all at once. So we got 350 on the ship. All right, so when I go over here, after I do a jump, it'll go down. So when I go to the ship portion and I go to add, it shows what's the quantity in the ship. And if I had another quantity, let's say if I had 50 or 38 or whatever on my exosuit, it would show that. So you have now, since they added the numbers to it, you have a representation on where you're getting what from where. You have a representation of where you're getting your resources from, be it your ship or on the exosuit. So now you don't have to like click back and see what's where and then transfer it. You have an idea of what you have, exactly where it is in the quantity. So it could be 250, and if it's 250, you know it's on your person. And if it's anything like up to 500, you know you're getting it straight from your ship. So it's just I consider it like peace of mind, and I enjoy that they have that feature, and you know it's not just a bar and you're just clicking around, just adding it, and then you might leave your ship and think you have plutonium to refuel everything, but in reality you don't. Yeah, I've watched him for years. Yeah, that's dope. That's dope. Yeah, I stumbled upon him like randomly, and since then I was like, oh, this dude, he knows what he's doing. I don't know if they changed it. I don't know if it's because I changed the color of it that it makes it that way. I think I'll redo it. I also like the orientation, how everything stays in its natural orientation of how it would normally be in space. So like right now, this is the orientation of this solar system. Let's just jump. Let's just take it to I can't remember if before, when you were I love that it says Love's House. That's so dope. I can't remember if before, if it flew you in. At one point when I was flying, it was like a landing drop. Like I was straight over it and it just bombed straight down, which was kind of cool. Look at my base. So dope. Shoot that meteor in the face like a boss. Shoot, I was ready for it. It didn't want to mess with me. It knew. It knew exactly what this was. All right, so let's try this. Build it in the base? Like in here? Like, in the base or just in the area? Like right here is good? Is that what you're saying? Recon? Inside. Physically inside. How? Do I build it next to Anderson? Where's Anderson now? I think he's over here. Let me go see. Inside the walls. Huh. Anderson, help me. I don't know what you want, Anderson. Help. inside the walls. Oh, it just went green. Look at that. Ridiculous. Ridiculous. I literally couldn't give him a beacon any closer, even if he wanted to. Okay, so if he tells me that I need to build him a beacon, I quit. Because I can't build him any better than this. I wanted to see if this would change the color. It would. Okay, so there we go. That's cool. So you can change the color of the beacon icon by changing the color of it. So if you found a resource that is specific to, let's say, I don't know, let's say you wanted to color it green because of money and you found that resource, you can change the color and know exactly where it is. So you can color coordinate things. So that's kind of cool. That's another, like, one of those features you don't take notice about, but you know, it should be noted. It should totally be noted, because this is one way or one means for us to have that extra ability to like label things. So I think that's kind of cool. I know, on his dome, right? Watch him tell me I need to build him one. Watch him. Here's your damn beacon, Anderson. Right. How's the mic sound? A lot of people were telling me the mic was kind of off. There we go. Right, Anderson? I built you one. But how's the mic? Does it sound okay, everybody? I hope so, because I'm still using the one. Okay, sweet. Thank you. I'm still using the one on my headset that I got. These are... Is this Skull Candy? What is this? Let me see. Hold on. Yeah. I'm still using the one on my Skull Candy headphones. Really dope. Pretty good headset. I'll probably, when I get a new one and I get everything set up, I'll probably end up doing like making a video or something like that to have on the channel. I mean, they ain't paying me for it, but I do like to share advice as far as like simple ways to do things and keep going. I made a smiley face. I don't know why that was cool to me in that moment, but it's kind of cool. But let's do it. So we got glass. Mission accomplished. Pick up a Blue Yeti. You know, I think people have told me about that. That's all that it is? Oh my God. That's it. That stuff is everywhere. Finally. Well, guys, this has been the stream. Thank you. Goodbye. Totally joking. Okay, so that's the element. So everybody, for your base, go ahead and stockpile a bunch of this. What do we want? Get some Cori. Corizangan? Zagan. Coryzagan. That's what we're going to call it. Cory Z. There we go. Cory Z. All right, stack up plenty, because pretty much everything calls for it. So if you're wanting to like really take your base to another level, I don't know why I saved it, but that works, because I was going to need to do it anyway. I was going to say, I wonder if I delete it, would he take his recipes back? I already know what it is, so it's going to be hard for him. But, so millions of years of evolution, technology advances, and somehow we forget. I guess in this universe, yes, we completely forgot how. We need Kanye West to go around asking people, how do you do it? How, Sway? How? I thought it was sand. Look at all this sand. Look at all these rocks. All these rocks, and we can't make no glass? How, Sway? But yes, so we have it. I think I have a ton of it, but that's what I was saying. So, stockpile. So what I did was... another thing to know. I'm getting all sidetracked. I guess that's what happens when you play No Man's Sky. You just lose your train of thought every waking moment. But I'll say this and I'll get back to what I was saying. So I put my farm right next to my stockpile, if you will, or my storage unit, because there's so many possibilities to like have a bunch of plants and stuff, and I see them adding maybe like a version 2 container and eventually maybe V3 or something like that, to where you can have bigger storage containers, because in all honesty, 5 slots of 10 is terrible, especially when they limit you to 10 containers. You can't really, do anything. I mean, I guess if you wanted to have one full of sac venom, one full of Gravitino balls, one full of iron so you can expand the base, one full of the Corey Z element so you can have glass. Like, I guess if you wanted to do that, it would be cool, but think about it. You're building your base and you dedicate it to just building a base. Cool. But you're not going to be able to stockpile and then immediately go build and then have to restockpile, so you don't have to keep going back and forth. It becomes a chore. So if this was like version 2 and then it becomes like 12, to where there's 12 open slots of up to that, then it's like, okay, this makes it that much more playable, because it's a form of progression. You can have a bunch of V1s and then you can have the V2s only for like valuable resources, so you can stockpile a bunch of sac venom at 68,000, pretty much like almost 70,000 units at any given time, that you can just be like, oh, I need to go get a new ship. I'm only shy, 70,000 units, so now I know I can just go pop in, take 10 of these and go drop it real quick, and then I'll have the money, or the units rather, and it'll be cool. But it's not a big deal, but it's just one of those things like long term, as they say, this is a foundation update, so it just makes sense that they put it out there, get advice, see how the players take it, and then they expand on it from there. So I think if they have V2, V3, up to, let's say, V5, to where it's like a whole nother 48 slots, but you need like to already know the recipe, or you need to have like a certain kind of iron that at that point is a big deal, maybe a warp cell and so, some stuff like that, so that it makes it worthwhile. So it's like, I earned a V5 because I had to go do this. That would be sick. You need to build 8 more beacons on people's faces to get over. Yes. Yes. I need to go build. You know what? In the hopes that my channel does well, I would totally render a shirt of a Korvax with a beacon on his face and give it out as like a victory at like whatever 1,000 subscribers. I would make I would totally make shirts to give out to like however many people I could afford at the time, and I would just totally give it out. And then I just think that would be like an ongoing thing. So like people from the beginning would like, oh yeah, I remember when he slapped Anderson in the face with a freaking beacon. Yeah, I remember when Anderson was acting up. That would be hilarious, dude. I'm gonna make a note of that right now. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna make a note. Let's say 1,000 subscribers, subs, render Korvaxian, no, Anderson slap shirt. There we go. Anderson beacon slap. There we go. From now on, every No Man's Sky stream is gonna have the tag Anderson slap shirt. Render Anderson slap. Beacon slap, that's what I meant. Anderson beacon slap shirt. That reminds me of when I spelled bacon. Okay, I'm hungry apparently. 1,000 subs, render Anderson beacon slap shirt. Sweet. Here's your damn beacon. That's the words over the pic. Yeah, that would be sick. That would be dope. See, hey Marine, you're giving me so much content. This is dope. I appreciate it. Here's your damn beacon in all caps. Shoot, he gets 3 exclamation points, man. Oh yeah, Can't you know? Hey, you cannot go wrong with bacon. That is the truth. All right, let's jet from here. So we got the recipe. It's about time. One thing I wanted to do, and this just really makes me want them to have like the tubes to climb up, because I love practicality. I love being able to know, you know, like, okay, this works because it's touching the ground, you know, and then this works because, oh, these are steel structures, they could hold themselves up together. So this makes sense. But having it so, and I get that this is supposed to kind of emulate like a future environment, but making it so like you could have one of those one of the tunnels come out and then you have another one of these. It's dope that you don't have to think about it too much, but something that's practical for me extenuates the imagination more than something that's not, because it inspires you to want more, because, and might be just me, but it's like, oh, this could be real kind of a thing, you know, that nostalgia of like, oh, that's a real place. This is cool because of that. That to me is what is another reason, I should say, why I like this game. Because I mean, imagine I have huge I know that Pandora status. That's true. But I mean, even then, like if they would float, like in the trailer where they had like that little monument where the what was that? It was like floating and everything. Like that would be dope if it was in the game. I personally haven't seen it yet. If someone else has seen it, yo, go back to the planet, do a live stream or something, and tag me in it. I would love to see it, just to see, so I know that it's out there. Just kind of give me that push, or even just tell me it is. Even if it isn't, I'll go look for it. Oh, before I forget again, another thing to note that I think Hello Games should really get a pat on the back. Showing that the planet is spherical was another thing I made a note. Let me see where it is. Oh yeah, I said locations on planets are easier to read. By read, I mean you can see that you have to go over the horizon to get to this. Yeah, it's 10 minutes, but you know, it's not as soon as I go over this hill, you know, oh, I'm over this hill. Like, okay, it looks like it's around the planet, so it's that far. Actually, that one's just right there. That's in line of sight. But you kind of get what I mean. Like, it shows the curvature, and it notes that, okay, I'm on a planet. This isn't just a flat sandbox field. This is a planet. So I enjoy that. It gives it that realism that makes the game a little bit more enjoyable. But I just remembered why I was in my storage unit in the first place. We are trying to get Corzite or Corzi element. I think it's in here. Actually, no. Yeah, it's Gravitino balls. I think it's in here. 0. No, it is not. I think it's in number 2. See, this is what I mean. It would be so much easier if you could like label it, or if it had like a drop-down menu to where it showed like what was in it, like a quick little thing here, or even like a little, like a sign, something like that, to where you could write down, this is what is in here, and just makes it that productivity go up a lot faster. Just in case if my game crashes, we don't have to backtrack. Yeah, I like that as well. That's why I really love what about the realism in trailer. Exactly. It just makes it seem like you are doing it. And if they do add like VR to this, like to that caliber, especially when the game gets even better, you know, as the updates proceed and they continue, it's just going to be so much better. It's going to just give it that extra push to keep the game being better and better and better. Glass! Finally! Now, let's see if we can stack this. Oh, shit. We totally can, so that saves some space. How many more can I make? 'Cause some of these take like a ton of glass. So let's add this and that. Whoop. You know what? Before I send that, I'm gonna organize. See, and this is another great thing about this game right now. Like having these storage containers and being able to go in and organize, it just gives it. Glass doesn't. No, glass does. Glass does stack. It doesn't stack. Excuse me. It doesn't stack in the exosuit, which I think, it's kind of a bummer. You know, I think if they added, I'm all over the place with these buttons right now. Yeah, it stacks. See, we can get to up to 5. I think if you had it like, you don't want. I mean, 3 would be kind of ridiculous. Like, oh, I can stack 3 in the exosuit. But I mean, it is what it is. I wish we could stack more things in the. What am I trying to say? In your exosuit, but. Meh, it is what it is, I guess. But let's store these regions. Do I want to put this in there? Let's put it in 3. I think this is nothing. No, these are those. Put the other one in there. So yeah, I don't know if anybody has mentioned it in any previous videos or if I even mentioned it in my last one, but the storage containers store just like the freighter. So you can have up to 1,000 emerald, gold, platinum, crystalline, or any of those other basic elements. You can store that up to 1,000 in this. And then, as you can see here, the Voltaic, I don't know how we pronounce this. This is alien verbiage. I don't know everything like that. But you can store up to 10, just like on your ship. No, just like on your freighter. What else? We can put the pearl, because I have that to store. We can put the pearl over here. No, I'm going to do that in exclusively Venom Sack. I think this is nothing. So we'll put pearls in here. Anything else? I don't want to make this stream like us, like this is me playing. You know, I want to have some goal-orientated things happening, so we can promote that feel to go out and do it yourselves. That way, you can enjoy and have that level of fun. But let's check this out. We are going to make a observation tower. Where did I want to make it? You know what? Let's make it. I don't want to bother Frank back here. He's kind of irate. You know what? Let's just make a whole new place. Let's just do that. Let's just make a whole new. You know what? No, let's not. No, Frank, you get a wall knocked down in here. All right, you ain't that special. Do you have to learn the blueprint for landing pads, or is that stuff? You have to learn that. I actually have that. What did you say, Frank? You gotta stay over there. You do have to learn it, but I'm gonna do this, and I do have that set up to do that next little mission or whatever to get that going. So we can pursue that. That actually isn't a bad idea. I want to put it here. Left side? Front? You can always tear it down. Invalid position. What? There it is. Alright, so we're going to build an observation tower here because we can finally build glass, and that was the first thing I wanted. I'm just outside. That works. Yeah, because I could come straight in, and then let's say multiplayer happens and it's everywhere in the galaxies, no matter where you are, you can meet people. That's dope. You know, someone tries to come over the hill, I can run up and see how far they out, where are the ships, and blah, 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 blah. But we're going to make this pretty high up. I think we're gonna just max it out now and see how tall it is. But I need to get some iron. And another thing I should bring up, if people haven't noticed already, so many people have brought it up, and I think now I feel like crap because I was one of the people that complained about it. But the Sentinels get pissed off over everything. Like before, you could just come through, blast these rocks, but without them even batting an eye at you. But like now, let me actually go out a little further. Get one out, like straight out here. Like, if there's anyone around, like jet over here. I don't think there's anyone around. But yeah, but even these little things on the outside that are everywhere, they get pissed off. So now it's like they were saying with the game launched, or when they were talking about it, when you're mining resources, you know, if you're overdoing it, then they'll start to get really mad. So like, if it's like quote unquote your first offense per se, they don't really trip out. They'll do the whole blue, like we're watching you kind of a feel, and then afterwards you do it again, like right in front of them, just to be a Billy bad boy. Then they get mad and they're like, all right, you want some iron? We're gonna shoot some iron beams straight in your face, and then that's a wrap. But I don't know how much this is gonna be to do this. So we're gonna just, what do I have over here? Can I move some stuff? Yeah, we can move some crystalline out the way. It's not doing anything. We can put some antimatter over there. We can move these. Yeah, I really want to just knock this out one foul swoop. I always still find myself going into the what am I trying to say? Into the menu to do all these hotkeys, because it's like not on my mind yet. It's not muscle memory to where I'm like, oh, just press down and then everything just functions. Let's get one more of those, and then let me see. Yeah, there we go. Get one of these. Always go for these. They put out like so much more. They give you 300 every time, or not. Do this one. The slower it goes, the more you get out of it. Some of this stuff. All right, let's get out of here. Where are we going? But I don't know if you guys kind of noticed what I was talking about when I was talking about the caves earlier, but like, I could go out this way. But like, that feel of how everything is like completely more diverse as far as like exploring. You feel like you are exploring, like, oh, whoa, this keeps going. You know, it doesn't feel like it's just random bins and things. It actually seems like, oh, this was formed. This was designed like this through the planet. You know, life cycle. Things just was eroded out either by wind or what have you. I blew all these up. It doesn't really look that jagged. I destroyed it earlier. Frank needs a beacon on his face. You know, I think Frank does. Start using DualShock 4. Thought it a lot easier for this game. DualShock 4. I think is this the PlayStation 4 controller? Is it? Yeah, with the touch pad, right? Yeah, I think that's what this one is. DualShock 4, the PlayStation 4 actual controller, Recon. I think that's what you're talking about. Let me build this up, and I think we should go slap Frank with a beacon. He was acting crazy. Okay, yeah, we should totally find out. So let's count. This is 1, this is 2, this is 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 9, 10, hold on, 11, 12, 13. Oh yeah, I was okay. So I was right. 13 is our ceiling. So 13 of these straight up. I can't remember, but I'm pretty sure I didn't make it all the way up. So let's make ourselves something to land on. Yeah, there's no way. Oh, barely. Barely. It's like just the height of your jetpack. So pretty much being up this high, no one would be able to jet. At this point, no one could jetpack. And I'm maxed out with my jetpack. I have all three. I guess if they were touching, I would get maybe that extra little boost. But can you actually dismantle? No, see, I wouldn't even be able to dismantle my life support. So that's a bummer. Oh yeah, okay. Okay, I played this on PC, so I attached a DS. See for this. Oh, that's dope. You should be able to go through the clouds. I've seen pics in the atmosphere. On PC though, I'm on PS4. I don't know. It might just be like how the planet is set up, because I mean this is up there. Like looking down is so trippy. What was another thing? There was another thing I noticed. Distance, field of view is increased. Like you can see out. You know, like things aren't popping in. Those are there right now in the low resolution, like they were talking about, like the pod that's right there. You know, and then the animals that, or creatures rather, that pop up and spawn in. And then when they're huge, I can't remember what planet I was on. I think I took a photo, I'm not sure. But you can see them like crawling over that hill coming towards you or something like that. I keep clicking these wrong buttons. All right. There we go. I'm losing my idea how to play this. I'm losing my mind. So yeah, if there was like a creature right here or way out there, you could see it walking if it was huge, one of the bigger ones. Look at those trees. Floating trees, everybody. Floating trees. Let's see. What did we... Oh, that's right. We flew up here to make an observatory. Now, let us do that by... Yep. Because that's what happens in real life. Dang it. Okay. All right, so glass. First time ever installing glass. Should be able to build one all the way around. Whoops. One more. Okay. That's kind of dope. Now do the shadows move? They do move. Do they? I can't tell. Are they moving? If they are, it's subtle. Let's see. You should be able to go through the cloud. Oh yeah. You're right. I just checked, and you have to modify the files. Oh, okay. Right. No worries. I like the limit because I mean, if I could mod this game, I'd have a completely other game. I need to sell it back to Hello Games by the time I get done. But they also need to add some sort of way to have like a hatch here, or you know, something so we could just open one at a time or something like that. So if I just made a room just storage, or just put a bunch of stuff to make it seem like it was like a stockpile, something like that, that would be cool. I would also like to see some sort of capture the flag aspect of this. I think that'd be kind of cool. Let me delete these. Oh, I don't think I can get it from there. I'll take it out later. Ladders. Which way are we gonna come in at? This is... Where's the front? There's the ship. Where's the base? We're in the base. I want to face this the right way the first time. Walk the plank. I think this is the back. Oh, that's the back. Going out that way, right? That way is leaving. This way is... Oh, there we go. Boom. I want to make it faced this way. All right, perfect. Ah. That was actually the best way to do that. Boom! Observation tower. What? What? What'd you say, Frank? Frank? What? You said you want to get slapped upside the head with a beacon? Don't make me. Where's it at? Where is it at? Tech, okay. Oh, snap! Oh, Frank, look at you. Look at you. I'm gonna save. Watch this. Frank, dude, I told you stop acting crazy. This is what you get, Frank. This is what you get. Talking all that jazz. I'm gonna do a snapshot real quick. Oh, here, let me move that off of that so it doesn't say save. There we go. Oh, it's going through the ceiling. Awesome. You say sorry, Frank? It sounds like you say sorry. I'm gonna take it off. I should leave it. Ah, he's crying. Ah, I saved it again on your face. My bad, man. I didn't really mean to do it twice. Shoot. That's what you get, Frank. I didn't want to have to do it. Beacon. Beacon. That's what you get for talking smack. Exactly. Tell him, Recon. We Marines, we stick together. That's what you get, Frank. Well, you were lucky there's a table. Yo, you know what? Can I get back here? You're lucky, Frank. You're lucky. I'm gonna come back for you. Actually, Frank, he did a lot. Let's see. I don't think he can do anything else for me either. I should just fire him. Yeah, look at this. Yeah, whatever, Frank. Whatever, man. Whatever. Can't even do nothing anymore. He's taking up space. Taking up space. That's kind of ironic. He's taking up space in a game about space exploration. Mind blown. Mind blown. All right. Yeah. That was kind of my goal. I forgot what was I saying I was gonna do. I was gonna show the I don't think it's I don't think Anderson knows. Myself, no. We will come back to you. I think it's Al. Al? What you got for me? I think it was him. I think this was the question I just got asked. Is it not Al? Is it John? Farmer John? Y'all they just throwing me around, man. I forgot. These guys don't even know what they're doing anymore. What is this, amateur hour? Oh, John, you're not smoking. Usually he's out here smoking by now. I always run into these walls every time. What'd you say? Oh, dude. I thought I had my multi-tool in here. That'd be sick. Slap him in the face. Oh, sweet. See, that's why I stocked anything that was like a rare or exotic. Uh, Sweet. I have everything. A rare or exotic element out there that I didn't think that it was going to just pop right back up. I just grabbed it because I had no idea when XYZ was going to pop up again. So it's kind of like my little recommendation for everybody. Just go ahead and grab it when you can if you see something. Oh man, I think that was everything I had. It was. Yeah, sure it was. That was all the glass. That's all good though. So all right, that's growing. I like that. It does that still. Another thing that happens when you're still close and you scan, it'll show up, even if you're on top of it, because pre-update things wouldn't show up. They would just vanish. It wouldn't show you. So you could go and then it descans, and then you do it again, and then you get lost because let's say you're on like a lush planet and you're trying to find something specific. It won't show up again. You have to like back away super far in order to get that. All right, let's see. Stack in, sack venom in this thing, man. All right, next. Where's my Gravitino loss? I think it's right here, number 2. No, I don't want to do that. Yeah, that's where they are. I'll probably end up moving these now that I think about it. But not now. Let me see if I have what I was going to craft earlier. Someone asked me about crafting something specific. Let me see if I can scroll back through here and see. I forgot what it was. All these guys, are they all space station or someone ground station? Oh, landing pad. That's right. Thank you, Recon. Thank you. And to answer your question, yes, all of them are on. I think it was Al who asked me. Anyway, all of the aliens, rather, like your Gek, your Viking, the Korvax, they're all on space stations to be recruited. So I'll do a quick jump over there. Was it John? Did he tell me? He just gave me something. That's probably another thing I'm gonna need to get anyway. No, let's not go that way. Let's go this way. That goes nowhere. That actually goes right back to the farm. I got so many doors. See, if I'm confused, if they get to the point and we have multiplayer like that, it's gonna be super nice because that's my observation tower. It'll be nice because people coming in won't even know where things are or where to go and get all lost. So I think the scientist is the guy who does that. I was just wondering because all I can find are construction Gek. Oh, you have to leave the solar system. Delight, long lasting. You know what? I don't even know. I think I might have already selected it. Let me go in my menu after this to see. Galactic Trade Network. Finally, this is another thing. Terminal, but Yeah, so this is another thing, but I'll get to this after I answer this. Um, yeah, I totally think I have it already. There it is. Boom. So yeah, you have to get this. I want to say I got it from my tech. I'm not entirely sure. I'm pretty sure I got it from the tech. But this is, I need lubricant. I have no idea how to do that. Lube. Is it over here? Nope. Over here? Nope. Is it right here? It'll probably end up being a curiosity area of this. I have that. But yeah, so the landing pad is something that comes up from missions, if you will, doing tasks for your aliens. But yeah, so jump into a space station. I'll go to one real quick. And I don't know if I mentioned this in the last video or if I was answering someone and exclusively that asked. Can't leave home. Can't leave home without the loop. That's true. Can't. Have a little bottle, like off of, what movie was that? Oh my God. What was that movie? They're trying to, it's the three friends with McLovin. Oh my goodness. Super bad. You gotta have your little bottle of lube. You got to. But anyway, when you're on a space station in another solar system and you warp, you can warp from the space station to your home planet. And once you do that, it's kind of stored in like a queue. I don't know how many it does, because I believe I went to more than this, and I want to say the top one is the last one visited in that order, descending from most recent to last traveled. So I can't recall which one of these is different than where I am, because I think I'm in a Corvax unit. But basically, you're gonna warp, and then you're gonna warp back from whatever station, like from outside one you've already been to. So when you go here, or you fly in and you land it for the first time, you're gonna, I said like 30,000 times in this one stream, but I mean, it's what you say when there's nothing else to say. So what you're gonna want to do is go from here. It does bring your ship. It just parks it. Where are we at? There we go. It'll park it in, I think every time it parks it right there, and that little spot is like preserved for your ship. One time I flew in to a new space station and there was ships already landing, so that was another thing I've noticed that happens more often, to where it's moving with or without you around. This is a Viking, so. But yeah, so here's the Gek. That's one of them. Sometimes it'll be Corvax. Sometimes it'll be, excuse me. Sometimes it'll be Viking, sometimes it'll be Gek, sometimes it'll be whomever, but each one is a specific thing. Gek do construction and farming, and then, shoot, the Viking, they're exclusive. Yeah, armorers, so that's what they do. But yeah, this is where they'll be. They'll be on this side. As you're looking out to space, your left side. As you're flying in, it'll be on your right side. But yeah, they'll be here. They'll be here. I wish you could like scan them, or it said what they were, just to expedite the process. And I also wish, I also wish they gave you different. I wish they gave you different species or alien races, for that matter, to do multiple different things. So you could have a whole fleet of Viking doing everything, or you could have a whole fleet of Gek doing everything, or Korvax or what have you, just to match everything up. Because if you have a Viking ship, why wouldn't you want Viking to work for you? I think that adds more dynamic, would add a new dynamic feel to the game. But I will warp in my freighter so we can get a look of it. Closer look. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I'm gonna try my best to like really go into detail about everything happening, because not understanding is not an option, because I have the ability to explain, so why not, right? That's a freighter. That's a freighter too. I don't know if you can go in these ones though. Oh, okay, so here's the freighter. So there's multiple freighters. Like, obviously, as you can see, this one is the exact same as that one, but it doesn't have a place to warp in. But conveniently, this one does. This is an actual one you can buy. So you can just go in and land whenever you want. I hate that. It's like as soon as you're lined up, it's come over here. Like Scorpion from Mortal Kombat. Like, come on, man. Like, maybe I didn't want to come in. I think we should be queued. Like, I think if you're gonna run into it, they should let you run into it. I think that's totally acceptable. But I would rather be asked to do so. I came in here. Well, now that I'm in here, I'll show you guys like my little trick I learned. I'm sure people figure this out, but instead of walking all the way through the ship every single time, just jetpack up there. just take the shortcut. So easy. Instead of walking over there, just jetpack. I'm sure people figure that out. But yeah, like I was saying, Commander, I just came to say hey. That's all. Chill out. I'm leaving. But yeah, if you wanted like to have a fleet of Viking, that's just what you've classified yourself as. They just scream to you, and that's what you want to represent. I think you should be allowed to do so. I think you should be able to have just Viking working for you, or just Gek, or just Korvax. I think it should be your choice. Our choices. And then doing decals on ships, on your own freighters, or changing that, and this and that, and this and that. I think that should be allowed as well. Call it in. I can't call it in over here? What? There we go. That's so cool. I think if they warped towards you too, that would be awesome. I think it should change at random. Look at these missiles though. Oh, those are missiles. I feel dumb. Look at these not missiles that are not missiles but look like missiles, because why would this game have missiles? This game needs missiles. That'd be sick. I saw a mod on the computer that changes the photon cannon to a missile launcher, but it just reskins the laser beam, which is but I would love to see that. Yeah, here's the inside. It's the same. It really is. The main reason I came over here was to just do that and jump up there real quick. Yeah, pretty much it. I just wanted to show you all that little thing I figured out. I'm sure other people already know it. I'm sure it's something that has gone around. It's dope to walk through the ship. It gives you that feel of like, oh, I'm actually walking through my very own freighter. This is so cool. Another thing that'd be cool is if you had to do like self-repairs to your freighter. That would be cool. I think if they expand the depth of solar systems, made some, change the algorithm to where some planets are actually far enough to where having a freighter becomes an actuality. You need to use the freighter because traveling with this tiny little ship is not reasonable. It's just not going to work. What's that? Nope. right, where's the space station? I'm gonna warp to my home planet. I think I'm gonna call it there, guys, and or gals, ladies, whoever joined me, I appreciate. There it is. That looks crazy. I've never seen a space station like that. That's dope. It's like if the Death Star had hair and that hair was mini Death Stars. That's exactly what that looks like. Hey, do you like my new do? Oh, Mr. Death Star, that's fantastic. What do you call that? It's called mini Death Star-itis. It's not hair, it's actually, it's terrible. It's contagious. I'm very sorry. I should have told you this. So sorry. Alright, let us leave. I don't know if it's going to do it this time. There's another little bug that happens. I don't know if it would happen after I build a landing pad. I'll do that probably offline and say in my next stream, which will either be this weekend or next week, some point, because I'm in college at AI Art Institute. Yep. But we're like 3 weeks away from starting our like winter break, so school is hectic right now. So I wanted to just get this stream going earlier than expected, so I can just devote my time to that, so that later in December I can devote my time to putting out more videos consistently, and so everybody can see John, Anderson, Frank, and Al act crazy through future updates and things like that. Which would be dope if we could have like, you could, change their outfits to be this, or change this and change this. I think stuff like that would make the game last longer. Maybe not right away, but as the game progresses and things get better, I would like to see things like that added to the game. Because again, you don't need to do it. It just is an option. But what used to happen is my ship would be right here. It would just be boop, right here. And it was just kind of like, okay, there's a ship in front of me. Yeah, this is weird. Yeah, there's the grass poking in again. Just hanging out. They'll fix it eventually, I'm sure. But yeah, like every stream so far, the two, I want to end it on the planet. It's crazy that it's nighttime. But I'll do a quick pan so we can check it out. Before I do that, you know what? Let me show you what I was talking about with this. All right, he didn't see. Let's try that again. Yeah, see? Okay, here we go. Finally, thank you, Sentinel, for... Yeah, see? So he's like, hold up. There was a rock here, man. Hey, man. Where'd that rock go? Hey, you. Hey. Did you see a rock? Did you see a rock? Hey, man, did you see a rock? 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 Hey, man, hey, chill. I didn't see no rock. Chill, man. I didn't. Okay. All right. Man. I saw the rock. I totally saw it. But anyway, I'm going to go ahead and cut the stream. I'll give you guys some nice pans of the base. Kind of check it out. I have to fix that. That is terrible. That looks disgusting. I'm going to leave that there. I might like branch out. But yeah, I love the way that looks. Didn't intend it to look kind of like that, but I think it's dope. I don't care. I like it. Yeah, here we go. But before I even start panning, because I'm going to do that and I'm going to cut the stream, but huge thank you to everybody who came to my channel and checked it out today. Prior to that, I ain't got no rock. It means so much to even be doing this for me right now. I'm sure Recon understands as well, and anybody else who's been in the stream that's a veteran or has family, but personally as a veteran, going overseas and coming back, no one made me do that. I was not forced. I was not at gunpoint, although it felt like it when I was over there. That's a whole story for another time. That'll be in vlogs and stuff like that. But anyway, it takes so much to try to live a normal life after, doing that kind of stuff. And again, I'm not complaining because I love everybody I've encountered. I enjoyed every moment, even the bad. I think it's cool to be able to look back. Okay, let me rephrase that. It's nice to be able to look back and reminisce over the good times I had and shared with amazing people, some of which aren't here anymore. Not to be a Debbie Downer, but that's the reality of it. That's the reality of life. And it's a beautiful thing to reminisce and think back like, oh yeah, y'all remember we used to, we did that hike with Corporal such and such, and, we went up the Reaper and what's his name fell down. It was a huge thing and blah, 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 blah. Those are those moments that, we as veterans and me personally in the Marine Corps, I have those memories to hold on to. And even if you didn't serve, life is one of those things. It's crazy, but we have to hold on to the things we enjoy, like boom, No Man's Sky. This is a huge way for me to vent and reconnect, even though it's completely not real, but I can go in game and feel a sense of freedom that I don't get, because of the mental stresses that I have now. This is soothing, therapeutic to be able to travel and traverse unseen planets that people might, like you guys may never see this planet. We may never bump into each other, and I have this all on my own, It's beautiful. But with that being said, I'm gonna go ahead and cut this stream, but I'm gonna give you guys some dope panning shots. And any of my scenes where I'm not talking or bumping my gums or anything that looks like, oh, that's a pretty dope panning shot, because I really want to do that once, they do a new update and let's say they do add land vehicles and things like that. I want to do a whole home tour with music in the background of me just going through and just like doing some really smooth panning shots and stuff like that. But if you see one that you like and anything on my channel like that, feel free, download it or, rip it from the channel or whatever. Give credit, I much appreciate it. But if it helps you excel, do it. As a creative, I totally understand what it feels like to have people recognize you and for you to go back and say, hey, didn't I take that photo? Didn't I render that? Didn't I do this? You're never going to be as appreciated as you feel or you should, but you got to take what you have and run with it. But with that being said, I'm going to do some quick pans. Okay, look, all right, guys, look, I have to delete this. I know I'm saying a bunch of stuff. That'd be sick if you could just stick this everywhere. Yum, 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 yum. All right, let me get rid of this. Okay. So I'm going to do some panning shots real quick, and we're going to call it. Super dope. Somebody should like do this, do like a base tour and go and do this for someone and make like, people would pay for that. I think someone could make a quick buck, and maybe not a quick buck, but somebody could make that like just a thing they do. And you just go around to people's bases and kind of just do this tour so people can see like, these are the top 10 bases. If they do add some level of multiplayer to that, I would totally put that on my channel. Do base tours, have people get in touch with me. I would figure out how to get there, and then we would have it on the channel. That'd be sick. That way, I mean, one, it makes people want to be involved. It gets people to push themselves to a limit and make a really cool base and have people be involved. I think that's dope. I think that's what I'm gonna do. But thank you so much again for everybody who came to my channel, watch some of my feed, be it a second, be it the whole time. I appreciate it more than you can even fathom. Thank you so much for stopping in at Love's House. Feel free to stop by anytime. Peace.